to another retro tech video, and today we are back looking at new PCs, or old, new to me in the sense that I got them second hand, but new ones to explore. So today we picked this up off of Facebook Marketplace. It was advertised as desktop PC, had a monitor, a few peripherals, and don't know, there was no printer, but it did have some speakers and stuff like that. So it was Dell Dimension. In fact, this was one of the early PCs I had in the late 90s, early 2000s, was a Dimension. And so I recognised the speakers and etc. We haven't got the speakers here at the moment, they're all sitting downstairs, but I do have this, and we're going to break it down, see what we have inside. There isn't a huge amount to look at here. It says it's an Intel Celeron. Was originally a Windows XP machine. It's a Dimension 3000, but that could be anything inside. I've had a few of these come across with my counter, and they've been rather interesting. Obviously has a disk drive. I've got a license here for an XP on the side. I don't know if this has been reformatted. The lady who sold it to me for 20 British sterling pounds didn't say much, but what I'll do is let's get the GoPro so we can have a look inside. Now what I will say is, based on the back of this, we have your fairly standard. Now we have the old PS2 ports here on the back, so we know this is an older system. No USB 3 motherboard. And we have an Ethernet card in here, which is odd because it obviously had built-in, so they must have tried to upgrade it or split line, and we'll have a look at what that is. But that's about it. Not much else. So no graphics card. It's on board, which is going to be pretty interesting. But without further ado, let's get into this. Wish I had a way of clamping this. But what we'll do is, I think, if I remember right, these had these little kind of... Dell were pretty good with like the switching, so you kind of clicked something. But let me get this counter off. I do like the old Dell cases because they were fairly robust, but I mean, come on, ooh, look at this lovely cabling. Yeah, you can't see it on that camera, but you can see it on this one here. So what I liked about these old cases is everything like showed you in these like green sections that you could move it. You know, if it had green label on it down there, it was movable. So like here, if I can work out what's going on there. So this is clamped in. That should be the hinge. So somewhere down there should be a release to just, it may just lift off. So this is covering the heatsink. Now there's lots and lots of dust in there, but we will pull that out in a sec if we can. Come on. There we go. So we've got a very, very dusty heatsink, which is passive. Which, well, basically it's got the case unit is basically pulling the heat out, so that's how this one works rather than having a cooler on the top. Yeah, we've got this really interesting network card. Don't see these in case very often. I mean, this is not even PCIe Express, this is PCI. I mean, this is old system. Now, with the fact this has no, I mean, to find a graphics card that's going to work with PCIe, it's going to be interesting. This is going to be an old card. Should we find out what RAM we have in here? So, we have 2 sticks of RAM. I'm going to say probably 256. I reckon it's going to be like a total of 512. Wow. Yeah, 256. So we've got 512 megabytes of RAM in this bad boy. This is not gonna be a happy system when I put it through its benchmark. I'm not even sure what we would use this for. I don't know what the size of the hard drive is. We've got a single hard drive on here. I don't even know. It's the standard power unit, and the power on this is going to be really, really low. I can't actually see. I'm trying to read this upside down. Never a good idea. Was this a 250? Yeah, 250 watt power supply. Okay, tell you what, let's get some cabling onto this. Let's power it up and see what we actually have here. This is going to be a very long day. Okay, here we go. So this is beeping like a crazy person. It is not happy. This is interesting. So we've got some beeping. So we've definitely got power going to it. Clicky buttons, not fun. Hard drive is not happy. Hear that beeping? I wonder if it is because I've got this USB stuck in it. Let me pull that out. Right, so we've got that. That's definitely plugged in. There is airflow coming out the back, so that's fine. We're not posting. So for whatever reason, it's not picking up the monitor. Okay. Let's see what else. Now, it could be that it could be a couple of cables have come loose inside. So what I'm going to have to do next, I think, is go through this, double check everything's connected. It could be the RAM hasn't been clicked back into place. So let me do that next. Okay, I had forgot to put the let me just put this again. Right, so I had basically forgotten to put the RAM in. So it's going to find out we'll go invalid configuration information. Please run setup program. Keyboard failure, seat failure. Okay. Now we're going to try running a USB. Okay, here we go. Primary disk drive found, CD-ROM, time of date not set, please run setup program. Okay, let's run the F. Okay, so this keyboard is not picking up. No, we're okay. We have definitely got it. Now again, because it's an older system, I may have to run down and see if I can find. I'm going to have to find a keyboard. Okay, right, what do we have here? I managed to find a couple of Dell peripherals that USB still, so rather than those sockets. Let's just have a quick look at what we've got here. Why is the screen so bad? It's like weird. It's like half and half. It's weird. Let's just. Aha, here we go. Boot sequence. I can't see. See if I can get out of this. Okay, so we're still sitting here at a 3000 series. Let's just see what happens if it tries to boot. Now, I mean, we're basically talking here in late 90s. Okay, we are running a Windows XP. Fucking hell, it's old. It be old. Retro PCs. Because I don't think this would be even possible to run Windows 10. So, okay, it's working. It's working. So this would be a great little PC to work out for another project. I have an idea on it. May not do a hell of a lot, but okay, what have we got here? So I have no idea what is going on here. Is this working? No. Why would you have a flashing cursor key? Whoever set this up is a psychopath. We have a cat doing something. We have no working mouse. Let's try putting that in there. Come on, can we get a mouse that works, please? God, it's a grubby mouse. Okay. So far, what we have is my computer, my documents, recycle bin. Last booted 8th of the 11th, 2004 is when it thinks it is. So it's having a few challenges. This cat's a bit weird. It's finding new devices, so it's found the USB devices. This cat is freaking me the shit out right now. You can't really see it on the screen, but I can, and it's weird. This is going to get really interesting trying to use this. I don't even know what of my software will even run on XP here, but let's see what it can do. We may be here a while. Now they do say don't use XP in this day and age, but it's something nostalgic. This is the system that I grew up with. I think when I had... Actually, no, I did use 95 for a while. I did use 95. I even used Windows ME back in the day. So just waiting for it to pick up what's going on here. I'm intrigued at what this was used. So Logitech Video, Logitech Webcam, so Skype. So it looks like it was kind of used as a personal, just general personal computer. I have no idea what they've done as far as, because if you're going to do a clean install, it just probably looks like they just deleted stuff off of here. So we'll let it work out what it's going to do, and then we'll see if we can find some information on this. This could get interesting. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so we are into the system. Now I haven't been able to sort out anything for screen capture because this is not a happy system, but I have got up here on the screen. I'll just talk you through what we've got. So we've got a Microsoft Windows XP Home Edition, version 2002, Service Pack 3. It was registered to a lady called Dee, so bless her. It's an Intel Celeron 2.66 gigahertz CPU with 512 megabytes of RAM. Oh yeah. This was used as a study computer. Let's have a quick look at what's going on here. It's actually running pretty quick because obviously it's not networks or anything like that, but it's so odd trying to go back to an old system and remembering what's going on here. So we have, let's see if we've got any information on here. Disk drives. Might be a 75 gig. Not sure what size drive this is. I think it's a 75. Not telling me, but I believe it's probably a 75 gigabyte hard drive, which sounds massive. Which is probably okay for an old system like this, but yeah, wouldn't handle anything modern. It has a built-in graphics controller of the Intel chip 82865G graphics controller, so yeah, we're not going to be playing any games on this system. I don't know anything about, I mean, the weird thing here is that when I guess when I'm used to searching certain ways, everything being like Windows 7 or above. So when you go back something as far as this and you suddenly realise any software and stuff that you would use just wouldn't work on this. I don't even know if we could get a graphics card. Now, I had hoped, like I'm pressing that, and for whatever reason that's a technical technique, hit it hard. C drive won't open, so I need to check that out anyway, because I've got some old software that may run on it, and we might be able to get something up and run on it. So that's my next bit, is to strip it down and see if we can get a way of getting some screen capture and maybe doing some updates within the XP world and seeing what we can get this thing to do. So yeah, leave that with me. That's what I've got to work with, and in part 2 we will see what we can try and benchmark on this thing.